good to hear them in person, not just on the TV in a debate. And I feel that it consolidated my own position of what I'm in favor of and who I'm going to vote for.
Can I ask who you're voting for?
Yes, you can. I'm voting for Nathan Cullen.
And what is it about him that impresses you most?
First of all, I liked his presentation, and I have liked his points and his ability to speak respectfully and thoughtfully in the debates as well. But secondly, I like very much his environmental position. I'm from BC myself. My family all live out there. My grandchildren are growing up out there, and the dual issues of Indigenous rights and environmental issues that are going to be a result of the Northern Gateway Pipeline.
Had you decided before the vote or before the speeches who you were going to vote for?
Not really. I had a short list, but I hadn't actually decided.
So you were really looking to the speeches to make your final decision?
Yeah, no, that was an important part of it. I thought it would be important to know that.
Tell me, what did you think?
Well, some of the people were good at, the speeches were good. I thought all the speeches were pretty good. Some of them were more about speaking to the crowd, and some were more about speaking to Canada. So I think that's going to be an interesting how that plays and what people's perceptions are.
Who impressed you most?
Well, as a speaker, Nikki was pretty good, but I think she was speaking to the crowd and not to Canada, so I'm not sure it helped her that much. But I thought Paul Dewar did a really good job. Peggy ran out of time, so that was unfortunate. But I think Paul was probably the one that I thought was good. Brian gave a good speech.
So have you decided now?
Yes, I have.
Can you tell me who you're going to vote
Sure,
for?
I'm going to go for Brian.
Brian, what was it about him?
I think he has a broad view of the country, and I think he understands the party very well. And I think that it's important to to get that balance of stuff too. And I also put a certain amount of weight in people who I respect who support him, people like Ed Rodman, who I think Ed did a lot of good for our party and for the country, and I think that it's an important sign. So nobody's ready for this job. Nobody's ready for Prime Minister. So whoever we get is it's going to be good for this party. I'm happy with all these candidates, but it's really good for the party what's going on right now.
I kind of went in knowing who I wanted to vote for, but I wasn't totally sure, and I wanted to see if any other candidates could sway me another way.
So you just saw the speeches?
Yes.
What did you think of them, and have you been swayed in a particular way?
My original decision kind of stayed the same. But I was very impressed with some of the other candidates that I hadn't really. I mean, I'd read about them and I'd seen them in debates and everything. I hadn't really been impressed before, but I mean, they kind of came in and Nikki Ashton had an incredible speech. For example, I voted for Brian Topp because I feel like he's the most electable on a Canadian scale as opposed to just with the NDP. I feel like no one can replace Jack Layton, but we need someone who can kind of channel Jack Layton and expand on that. And I feel, to me, Brian Topp's the best option because we need to bring in new voters, and the only way to do that is to have someone who is electable on a Canadian scale, not just within the NDP. And that's why I love Nikki Ashton, as I said, but I feel like she's too young for voters who have never voted the NDP before to come in and see. I feel like they might have a bit of they might have a bit of a prejudice against a very young leader.
I had come to the convention with about 3 people in mind to vote for. Cullen Mulcair-Dewar. Then I waited to want to come today to listen to the speeches, to visit their campaign rooms, and was leaning more towards Cullen when I went in to hear the speeches, but still waiting to have my vote. And then when I heard the speeches, saw the way they organized themselves, organized their thoughts, set themselves up, what I had originally believed was confirmed, that I thought he was the best candidate. I thought Dewar did very well too. I thought Mulcair was so badly organized in his speech. I went, no, I'm not going to go there. So I just felt what happened was Cullen confirmed what I had originally believed, that I thought he was the best person. But I wanted to hear it today to be sure.